Hi guys, welcome to Brains and the Beat. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're oldie but goodie, thank you for staying tuned to your girl. So when you see the disclaimer before my videos, you guys know that I have some information to give you guys. And a lot of this information is alleged information. So this have to do with Vybz Kartel's case and some things that people have been seeing floating around, and they thought it was good to send it to me. So I'm gonna put it out there for you guys to hear and see, and then you guys can draw your own conclusion. But these stories cannot be confirmed nor denied, and this is alleged information. So let's get into this story. Please remember to support my merch. Shameless plug. It's below all of my videos, but let's get into this story. So someone is saying that they know exactly who is responsible for setting up Vybz Kartel. They went as far as to wear a wire and get some information from the persons that actually set up Vybz Kartel. They went so far with this, they send it to INDECOM, the Department of Corrections, and some other independent investigation in Jamaica, and now they're in hiding because they feel like their life is in danger. Okay, and the first slide you're going to see, it says, I'm not saying that Kartel is innocent, not at all. That's up to the courts to decide. I'm also no friend with nor associate of Vybz Kartel, nor do I respect him in any way, shape, or form. I think he's an evil soul. However, I believe the police should be unbiased, impartial when doing their work. There should be no corruption when carrying out the law or justice. What all of this has shown me is that although I am a witness against Kartel in another matter, so this person is not a friend of his, this person don't associate with him, this person don't have anything to do with him, and he's actually a witness against Kartel in another matter, and he put himself and his life in danger just to send this information to these independent investigation. The fact is that the main instigators behind his current convictions are persons who have a personal issue against him, be it grudge, envy, or attempts at extortion, etc. It also became very clear to me that although my reasons for approaching them was purely out of fear for my life and an attempt to seek justice, the fact is that police in Jamaica are extremely corrupt, and I see that a police officer can easily hold a grudge against you because you choose not to share something with him that belongs to you, which in Kartel case is his talent and the ability to pull in millions of fans into any venue for a show. So this guy actually went to the police officers because he felt like his life was in danger because he was a witness against Vybz Kartel in another matter, and they felt so comfortable, allegedly enough, because he was a witness against Vybz Kartel. They divulged information about how they set him up, why they set him up, and more. And he actually wore a wire and actually got all this information and then sent it to a few people, which we're going to show proof at the end of the video. But let's get into the plot and how they tried to set up Vybz Kartel. He says, on the other hand, the Superintendent, Mr. Joseph, divulged to me that he has been wanting to arrest Kartel for years, many years, So much that he said he once heard a rumor that Kartel and a baby mother of his, who I believe he said lived in St. Anne or Mobile or St. James at the time, had a fight with Kartel and her baby father, and he heard that Kartel beat the girl. What aroused my suspicion even further is when he said that no report was made, only a rumor, but he took it up on himself to drove from where he was located all the way to where the baby mother of Kartel was located. I asked him why did he do that? Excuse me. He said because he desperately wanted to get even the slightest reason to arrest Kartel. But he said when he went and met up with Kartel's baby mother, no matter how much he tried to convince the lady to give a statement against Kartel, she insists she wouldn't. Any reason, even a tiny reason, he said, to which I said, wow. Mr. Superintendent Joseph continued to say that he tried to implicate Kartel before in another incident. He said he arrested Kartel and he complained that he questioned Kartel for about 6 hours. And it irritated him that for the entire duration of their questioning session, both of Kartel's high-profile attorneys took turns in ensuring that Kartel was never left alone. So he would get a chance to send Kartel to prison by manipulating the case. The two lawyers he mentioned is Miss Valerie Netta Robinson and also Mr. Tom Tavares Simpson, and I believe the crime was in relation to a shooting incident. Kartel was smart enough to make sure to bring in both his attorneys with him, because if not, he wanted to manipulate the case and send him to jail. Wow. He reveals so much, including his personal reasons for assisting in what, in my opinions, turns out to be one of the biggest illegal and corrupt shakedowns against Vybz Kartel. The plot, which was based on an earlier incident involving him personally and the dancehall artist himself, Vybz Kartel. While he was talking, I cheered on the conversation further, drawing him out to the point that he showed me the exact spot in his office where they all stood the day when they orchestrated the arrest of Vybz Kartel. He also bragged that he once had to slap one of the associates of Kartel and another time who had to use one of his hands and drape up Kartel. The officer claims these things happened because he and another associate of his wanted Kartel to perform on a show for them. When he went and saw Kartel to talk about it, he was met up with Kartel's associated who gave him some mouth, which is why he ended up slapping the guy. He further stated that initial attempt to get Kartel to do the job was quoted at $600,000 US, which in his opinion, as a senior ranking officer, was too expensive. He wanted Kartel to charge far less, which wasn't happening. He said at a later date, he then met up with Kartel himself again at a studio and they talked about the incident, from to which he says Kartel then told him he would be prepared to do the show, but the price has now gone up from 600,000 to 700,000. The officer said he took that as a huge insult to him from Kartel and a slap in the face. From that day, he says he has had a vendetta to take Kartel down. More about the show he wanted Kartel to perform at, and it is actually best of the best. the guy is alleging that they wanted Kartel to perform at, and Kartel refused because he wanted X amount of money. Mind you, Kartel is a top artist. He can say how much he wants to perform at any show, and more than likely it would have been a live stream. So he can say how much he wants. He's not a newcomer to the dancehall industry. But that's how these officers think. They feel like if they're top ranking in the police force, you're just supposed to do as they say and do what they want you to do. Anyways, let's continue. And he was being set up by the senior superintendent of MID. And it's alleged that he also have shares in putting on Best of the Best concert. So the people that are actually responsible for Kartel's conviction was Mr. Joseph and Mr. McDermott. Okay, the man went on to say the following day or a day later, Mr. Joseph came to pick me up, took me to his office. From there, Mr. McDermott took a full statement from me regarding the crime. He also mentioned to me something that is called the Witness Protection Program. Suggested I participate for my safety due to the type of crime and how much information I have. The fact that I'm known to persons involved and the fact that at least one of the persons involved has an idea I know something about them being involved, I agreed with the facts he highlighted and stated that I'd like to hear further information regarding this form of protection. And it says witness protection application form entry on or about August 24, 2018. From here, we ended the meeting. I was taken to another office with Mr. McDormand or Dormont and told we were going to now sign up for the witness protection program form. What I observed as the form was being filled out by him is that he used a pen to fill out the beginning of the form, then used a pencil to do most of the form, and then picked up back the same pen to continue filling out the rest of the form. That point, then he gave me the pen to sign the form. I began to asking myself, why else would he use a pencil on most of the form, about 50%, other than to later edit the form with the information to which it would later appear as if I signed to that information. I asked to see the entire form and was told I would see it once it was done and signed. But after signing, I was never shown the entire form. I cannot confirm that it was in fact a witness protection form that I signed, neither can I confirm the entire information that it contained within that form. And this is a similar thing with the original witness statement that I gave to them. While filling out while filling out the witness protection form, I noticed he would also ask me many questions that were in no relation to the reason why I'm in touch with them. Such questions include: Mr. McDermott later confirmed with me that he received it, read it, and had passed it on to his senior, which is Superintendent Mr. Joseph. And as you can see, their personal email is at the top of these screenshots. So this guy was actually allegedly really in contact with these police officers that are high up in the JCF. It says, I was grilled very a very suspicious tone, asking me a number of questions. Incidentally, the senior superintendent ended up revealing to me quite a bit of information I had no business knowing, information that only the police that are directly involved could have possibly known. about including, and that was when they revealed the plot against Vybz Kartel, and this was Senior Superintendent for MID. So these last few slides that you're going to see is a screenshot showing that this information that they divulged to this witness was sent to the director of prosecution, and it says the date and time where it was sent. It was also sent to the office of the public defender on Monday, the 3rd of the 9th, 2018, 3:16 p.m. That was the time, and here's the person name that actually signed for it and accepted the information. This was not only sent to the office of public defender and director of public prosecution, but this was also sent to INDECOM. Okay, he sent it to as many persons that he thought it was needed. No, he's actually in hiding allegedly because he felt like he knows too much and they revealed too much to him, and he did not accept their witness protection program. He's in hiding right now because of all the information he knew about Vybz Kartel case, and that's why he actually sent all the information he knew to all these places: INDECOM, the director of public prosecution, the public office, because he know and he wants justice to prevail. And like he said, he's a witness against Kartel in another matter, so he didn't have to do any of this. He literally put his life in danger, allegedly, for Vybz Kartel. And this is very shocking to me and very disheartening, that because he didn't want to perform at a concert, that's what they orchestrated and did to this man. Anyways, Kartel, I hope you come out of jail. I hope they actually use this, and I'm figuring that this is why they're taking so long to actually come back with a verdict. But comment what your thoughts are in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.